Hey guys, it's Chaunna here, the left brain side of IamScalable.com. And today I want to talk to you about the art of checklists and how to master it. So a question I received was, where do I find checklists and agreements that I would give and use for my outsourcers? And so with these 3 tips, I'm going to help you do the same thing. The first one is don't go find checklists, create them. So I never go into a project with somebody else's checklist. I look at the outcome I want to achieve and I work it backwards. What work needs to be done and who is going to do that work? It's not always one person. In fact, in just one of my systems, they normally have 2 or 3 people working on it because they have talents in each area. So then you shouldn't use somebody else's checklist, and if you do get somebody else's checklist, make sure you read through it and modify it so it fits with your business. The second tip I want to give you is if it's a system you're not comfortable with, don't create the checklist. Purchase a course and have your assistant or have your freelancer watch the course and create the checklist for you. Now I know if you're new to freelancing, you might not want to find a random person to do it for you. You might actually want to do it yourself. But I would urge you to first get a virtual assistant and have her go through the course and create the checklist. It's a much better use of your time because you don't need to learn every process in your business. You just need to make sure there's a person in charge of making sure that process is effective. All right. The third tip I have is that flawless execution rarely happens. So whenever I'm outsourcing a project or hiring freelancers for a project, I assume it's going to meet 80% of my expected outcome. And I'm going to have to spend a good 20% of my time to just take it that last little step to get it my way before I can publish it. Now, if you really want flawless execution, then you should go through the checklist step by step and make sure it has an outcome you want. And then add in, default preferences. So if I have a checklist that I sort of want my way, or take a graphic, for example. Justin and I have 2 different examples of types of graphics we like, and I have more colorful preferences than he does. And so when we go through it, he would say, use my favorite fonts are these 4 fonts. And then you know that your graphics will always have your preferred fonts. And so you just have to start tweaking your checklist over time to make sure they have your preferences in them. And that's how you get flawless. Now, flawless execution over time happens with great communication. So as the project manager, you should be communicating with your team often. Make sure they know your preferences and your desired outcome before you get into the project. So when I'm creating a checklist and an agreement with a freelancer, I list out everything that needs to be done. I talk to them about each of the tasks and my preferences. And then I say, do you think you can do this? And then they give me a yes or a no, or they give me questions to make sure that they're understanding correctly. So that communication is key to a successful outcome of a project. Thanks for watching my video. If you like that, then you'll like this. It's a free 1-hour mini course on how to get a lot of clicks from a lot of places. Check it out. It's a free 1-hour mini course. Hi, microphone. How are you today? Okay, so the first thing, the left brain.